I'll talk
Wait,
about
wait,
the
wait. I
hard
thought.
stuff.
I thought it was for the brainstorm session. No.
No. Because in all honesty, the brainstorm jam session, we didn't even brainstorm because we got like 10 applicants for the animation internship. In fact, one of the reasons why you see so many goddamn tabs open. Oh God, did I curse in the first minute? Shit. Fuck. I mean,
Yep.
God.
Already broken.
Damn it. So the reason why you see so many tabs open is honestly because we checked their websites and dude, like some of the applicants just blew us away, man. Like holy Jesus. Like some of their portfolios are really good. Like one person that applied has a fucking master's degree and we're just all like and
why are you here?
The master's degree is the new GED.
I'm saying not to downplay us, but sir, why are you here?
Well, a master's in what though?
Film and animation. Film and animation.
Yeah, like that over exceeds us. So it's like, what we should be asking for jobs from him. What the hell?
It is kind of weird. Why would you go that master's route? Just like when you're an engineer, you don't need the master's. If you're gonna go that, why don't you go PhD? Like that seems like if you're gonna do that, right? Like get the.
That's how me and Doug felt about it, because it's like if you got your master's, you're either just trying to get work in general right at the moment, or you really want to do this. Because if you have a master's, you do not apply for internships. You do not go to be under somebody when you've already studied to get a fucking master's. Most people will hire you on the spot.
That's like having an MBA, right? Like that's why people get MBAs. So it's like, yep.
I have a master's, so I need a master's in order to lecture at Grossmont and stuff like that. So state funded colleges or what have you. So
I have an associate's and I'm still more in the legal field. And I don't get treated like I have a master's even in the arts. So,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just that. Some of the applicants that we got. I know. I usually say welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, blah 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 blah. But I don't mind talking about this because it speaks to what. Even though we're small curmudgeons here on YouTube, in the background, however, the Mad Hen House as a company, the reputation's growing hella fast. I mean, it's not just the colleges that want us to take in interns. Because when I posted on LinkedIn, the 10 applicants or what have you, some of them actually sent me personal messages talking about and I'm not talking about the one 3D animator who I'm pretty sure wants to do more game development work. Anyway, they were sending me stuff like, oh, cool, we noticed this from this teacher, etc., 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 etc. So it's in the back of things where our profile's growing. So I'm just all legit weirded out / ecstatically happy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like that's why I'll be interested in the interviews. Be like, why do you want to do this? Were you just good at animation? You suck at writing, or were you like me who always wanted to eventually get a show like Adult Swim? Or right?
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at now because we kind of have to ask some of them because it's like your credentials are pretty high. What? Why here?
Right, because it's interesting. It's I know. I mean, from what you're saying, it seems like there's probably other animation companies that might be further ahead than we are. Is it just the idea of being a small startup
type thing, or
yeah, it's a cool thing. It's I want to get one of those ground floor ones, so if it blows up, it's gonna look really good on the thing.
Exactly.
Now we're getting kind of cynical with the reasons.
Keep in mind,
but that would make sense.
Well, yeah, but keep in mind, I'm not gonna name drop any of the applicants, even the top 3, because those top 3 just. Wow, but mainly because they're still entitled to privacy. That being said, welcome well, I already did the welcome everybody to the Slab.
So late now.
Yeah, I'm happy to see.
Welcome, big amigo.
Oh, I never actually knew about the FNAF had a movie. Five Nights at Freddy's had a movie. Like the students that I'm with now.
Oh yeah, with Josh.
Ugh. So I
because I thought that's why they started closing down some of the last of the Chuck E. Cheese's or something. Like people are being hysteric or whatever.
That doesn't stop them from still showing those fucking Chuck E. Cheese commercials that look like those children and parents are captured. But still,
Right.
The utter fear that it looks like in their eyes, where they're trying to be like, "We have new games. I beat those games. We have newer ones." It's like that would make me run out of a room. That
It's like, don't you want to exchange your tickets? I already got everything that they have to offer. Exchange your tickets.
Dude, like when I was like a while ago, I had and like this was over like 2 years ago. I had an interview with the Art Institute for like some director position or some shit. I go over there and I'm crashing with Gabe because it was out in Texas. So it was the last night. I was getting ready to head back over to Cali, and like we're drinking, we're hitting the sauce hard. We're getting mad plastered, and we're both hungry. So we go to Grubhub, and like I'm shocked that you could buy Chuck E. Cheese pizza via Grubhub. I'm like, ew, Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
Oh yeah.
Gabe's literally like, fuck you, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is delicious at this time of hour. I'm like, no,
Gabe, no.
Okay, I might be. Oh, so I'm the minority of the minorities here. I love a bomb Chuck E. Cheese via 10 years ago. I think they changed the recipe. But
look, the fact that they are trying to be sneaky bitches and go back to being, I'm assuming I can cuss at this point, but it's a little late now. But the fact that they are sneaky bitches on DoorDash and be trying to sneak out there being like, hey, guess what? Pasquale's is selling pizza. It's like, bitch, we know who Pasquale is.
I mean, well,
I've literally seen it where it said Chuck E. Cheese, and then like a few shops down, it was like Pasquale's. I was like, that's the same fucking place.
Okay, so a couple of things. What if they're trying to like reutilize their place now that people aren't going there? So now they just want to, or they become a ghost kitchen, or maybe it's a food truck. Like
I mean,
Chuck E.
if they
Cheese
became a
food truck.
ghost kitchen, I feel like it would work out better. And if they're just trying to get people to go in under a new premise, why would you keep Pasquale? Change the day.
They just want to keep everything the thing. I mean, they could be like Rainforest Cafe. Maybe Rainforest Cafe and Chuck E. Cheese like merge, like Chuck E. Forest.
I would be interested in Chuck E. Cheese if it reverted back to the way it was originally.
Oh, you're talking about that?
I want scary ass animatronics up there where I could drink my beer and be horrified with bad, horrible jokes.
For people who haven't been there, the best analogy would be watch the Goofy movie when they go to that Possum Land place.
Yeah. Or what is it? What were they called? Because I was getting, because there was another thing that had similar to them, but the only thing that keeps popping in my head is the Bearstein Bears, which is not them, but
Gummy Bears,
other animatronic bear group thing that was at a restaurant at one.
Like maybe a Care Bear, like that was probably popular enough for them to do that. Like, give me a hug.
Gummy Bear restaurant.
The Gummy
Bears restaurant.
Yeah, I've seen here and there. You know, they could do that. Like, do you know those jump up places where all the trampolines? You do that. Put a restaurant on the second floor, call it Gummy Bears, like, you know, bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I pity the poor janitors. I pity them. But other than that, that would be fun as well. We just go eat your meal, bounce off somewhere. Just.
Well, I mean, so at those, like at Mesa Rim or those rock climbing places, like, do the janitors clean the top of the rock so they have to climb up the wall to clean up there? Like, what happens if someone vomits up there?
I feel like they just have a power hose. They ain't doing it. They got a job there, but they did not get the job there to climb the rocks.
If you're vomiting up there, that is you're possessed. That is poltergeist right there. That is poltergeist.
Well, okay. So, if you were below the person, like maybe you're supporting them, holding the rope, right? Would you rather have them vomit on you or shit on you?
If we're indoors, I'm moving him.
Yes.
Like, there's the rope. I can move him. It's not like he's going to fall and die. If we were out on a mountain, maybe not. But also, if we were out on a mountain, I would assume you would have eaten a proper breakfast so you weren't throwing up when you were up there.
Okay, so you know those at some carnivals they have those bouncy Velcro walls where you bounce and you stick to the wall and you have the Velcro suit. So what if the same scenario? Someone vomits on there when they stick to the Velcro? Like, sounds like crazy situation.
I mean, the vomit wouldn't, but that would be the worst thing because that would be he jumps up, sticks to the Velcro, and then starts going all exorcist on the room. Like, I think it's going to clear out pretty quickly.
Would you rather be stuck in those UFO rides with 5 of the people constantly vomiting, or be nude in a ball pit at a McDonald's Play Palace? Which is more worse?
Probably the second. No, the first one.
Wait. What time of day?
What, the ball? The ball?
Yeah.
This is gonna be like dinner time, rush hour.
Oh, then yeah, I'm fine. I'll take the ball pit.
I mean, people can assume you're having sex in there. I mean, like.
Well, no. My point wasn't the sex thing. My thing was the disgustingness of what happens in those ball pits.
No, that's why I'm fine with the evening. Midday is when it's all happening. By evening, hopefully those balls settle closer to the bottom, so I'll just stay at the top. It'll be fine.
When you were talking about it, if I see the vomit coming, I'm just gonna. If it's indoors, I move. Like, you sounded exactly like Riley from Boondocks.
Yeah, if I see this coming, I move out the way. She saw it. She stayed there.
Well, I mean, I don't normally identify as Riley, but I do in that situation. Why the fuck would you sit there and let R. Kelly pee on you? Like, it ain't that hard. That was my whole issue, even now that we're far enough past it.
And he's serving jail time.
With Louis C.K. They want to act like he's the worst thing ever. I'm sorry. He jerked off on a woman. Yes. That had to stay, that he wasn't holding down. And even though you can go, there's a power dynamic, she can report him.
Right? And she saw a bottle of liquor whiskey. Honestly, she needs to get on her to have the evidence. The evidence is her. Let's go walk out and be like, here, test this. Where's Olivia Benson? Like,
it's no different than Lewinsky. Like, not she already went through her whole big struggle of everything. I totally get that. But it's the same thing. If you went and gave somebody head and they came on your dress, why did that dress never go to dry cleaning? Why did it never hit a washer? What? Did you put it in a shrine? Was it fucking bow tied up? What happened? Like, I'm sorry.
Well, she probably went to a dry cleaner and got one of those bags.
If anything happens to my clothes that I don't normally want happening to my clothes, I wash them. Even if I don't care. Let me be how clear I am. If any fans know this, let me be this exceptionally clear. If any of the fans play Genshin Impact, Eula could fucking come over here and give me a 2-hour lap dance so that my clothes smell perfectly like her. I will still wash them eventually because they need to be clean. So I am confused why people suddenly conjure evidence from months ago of a thing that needed to be washed, telling me you had it and you stared at it this whole time being like, that's going to be useful. Like, no, I can't. I understand when things fall the way they do. You know, something happens, you did it 3 days ago, they caught you, cool. Something happened, it happened a week ago, DNA evidence is still there, cool. When you go months out and it's still sitting there like it's fresh, you did that shit on purpose. Mm-hmm. There ain't no way around it. You did that shit on purpose. So, in certain angles, you can feel bad for people, but you have to look at also how that came about. It doesn't change that happened, and it probably should have happened. But she's not looking perfectly clear either, because you don't just keep that shit.
Or maybe a couple years ago with those women that were freezing the sperms and keeping it from the condoms. Like here, I'll dispose of you.
Even that's dumb because they're not even doing it right because that's not how it works.
It's like not the right enough cold. Like, why is this working?
Die when you freeze it slowly. The point is like cryo freezing. It has to be rapid and fast. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just put this sperm in here and it'll just slow down moving and just wait. It'll wait. Break out some hot cocoa, sit in the corner. Fine. Like, no. That is not how freezing works.
It's like, I'm going to defrost it. Like, I just left it on the counter for room temperature for like 20 minutes.
Like, if you think that's how freezing works, you should go ahead and try the opposite to see if it's more effective. Freeze dry the sperm and then just put it in their water. See if it turns it right back.
Oh, God.
I think these women need to invest in some microscope.
Freezing it works. Try just taking everything else out of it and putting the hydration back in. Because both should work if it's that principle.
It'll be funny if they put it in the ice trays and make like sperm cubes.
No, I'm never listening. Robert, never. Never.
I think that joke had high motility.
I don't give two fucks.
Okay, so like one thing, like okay, so this week, right? Actually, no, not this week. Last week, I watched Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, that DC animated movie, and it wasn't. It was mainly about
DC does it again.
Yeah, it was mainly about the